Okay, so now moving on to finding multiple points. The polar representation of a point is not unique. So in general, r theta is the same point as r comma theta plus or minus 2n, or negative r comma theta plus or minus 2 pi n minus pi, which is the same as negative r comma theta plus pi. If you're like, what? Just here we go. Let's try an example. So for number 3, find 3 other polar representations for the point 2 comma pi over 3. And I didn't give you any restrictions, but I mean it would be nice if you didn't just keep throwing on rotations there. Try not to be too much of a wise guy about it. But so here, let's just show you some different points that you could find, right? So the point that you're given here is r theta, all right? And just to give you a outline. And then the other 3 points you can find is just making different combinations of the negatives. So you could have r with a negative theta, you could have negative r and theta, and you could have negative r with a negative theta. So plotting, just to give you a visual, 2 comma pi over 3. So 2 comma pi over 3. So that's going to be right here, just to give us a visual. And so we want 3 other points that represent that. All right, so if I think of my r with a negative theta, so this one right here. So what would my negative angle have to be to get me to that same point? Remember, we're in terms of pi over 3, so I'm thinking negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5 pi over 3 would get me there. Okay, so one other answer, my theta would be negative 5 pi over 3, and my r would stay as 2. Because when I travel negative 5 pi over 3, I'm right here. I don't want to say negative 2 because that would move it in the other one, 180 or pi. So there's that one. Another one, again, you don't have to follow this, just I know some of you like kind of not a formula, but something to follow. If you had negative r with your theta. Okay, so let's think about this. So again, I need to end up here. But if I wanted to have a positive theta, again, I'm going counterclockwise. So 1, 2, I'm not even focusing on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 4 pi over 3. But I need to end up over here. So my angle would be 4 pi over 3. But again, 4 pi over 3 ends you up over here. I'm not really pointing to the right r here. But I need to flip so that it's over here. So I'm going to say negative 2. So there's a second point that would work. And then a third point, okay, so for 2 negatives, again, moving in a negative direction around the circle, a negative angle, let's think about where that would bring me. So if I went 1, 2, so negative 2 pi over 3, okay, if that was my angle, negative 2 pi over 3, 1, 2, negative 2 pi over 3, but I need to end up over here, r is going to have to be a negative 2. Now again, I didn't put any restrictions on the rotation for theta or anything like that, but I did want to show you different ways to go about finding some ordered pairs there for you. So those are some examples.